Erin's world, where anything can happen. Today's topic is the second infinite number. Let's see what it looks like. We build up the finite ordinals. There's 0, the set that contains nothing. There's 1, the set that contains the previous number. Each ordinal contains the previous numbers. 2 contains 0 and 1. 3 contains 0, 1, and 2. They look like fractals. And we keep going. We can make 4 contains 0, 1, 2, and 3. Until we get to the first infinite ordinal, omega, which is the natural numbers. The infinite set that you think of, 0, 1, 2, 3, forever. That's omega, the first infinite ordinal. And we continue the process. So omega plus 1 contains all the ordinals before that. So it contains 0, 1, 2, 3, forever. And then also omega itself at the very top. And so this shows omega inside of this set. And all the finite ordinals. Joel David Hampkins uses dots and arrows to show omega is like an arrow. Omega plus 1 is like an infinite arrow with a dot at the end. Another thing you could think of is like an infinite staircase. Maybe it's like a weird video game. Like you have an infinite staircase that's omega long, and now you have a really weird staircase that's infinitely long, but it has a step at the very top. That's like omega plus 1. Man, oh man, isn't it so great when you can just read a book all day and there's nothing going on. Nothing at all. What's this now? Oh, hey guys. Hey, looks like I got a letter. Man, I love when I just get letters from you. Ooh, to Erin's world. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, oh, hefty. Dear Erin, I've been contemplating. Oh, have I been contemplating? Some serious person here. The infinite. Oh, have I been contemplating the infinite by the candlelight in my room at night. I feel a burning, a knowing in my heart that 0, 1, 2, 3, forever, that this is the first infinite set. But what happens next? My friend Helen says the infinite is unknowable like God, and that we shouldn't contemplate it. But I know in my heart that there is more, and I yearn to learn more. What is the second infinite number? Sincerely, Jane. Oh, that's so weird. Huh. Well, that is pretty weird. What a coincidence. You know what, Jane? A lot of people used to think that the infinite was unknowable. But it is knowable. And by the light of your candle, you can see it and you can draw it too. And so let's quench that burning desire, Jane, and let's head to the board. So Jane, to answer your question, first of all, you're right. The first infinite number is the set of natural numbers 0, 1, 2, etc. Infinitely many numbers. And then the second infinite number is omega plus 1. So second infinite number. And omega plus 1 is all of the natural numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, counting numbers, and then dot, 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 infinitely many numbers, and then omega at the very top. So it includes all the ordinals that came before. So omega plus 1 includes all the finite ordinals plus omega itself. So let's talk about what are some of the similarities and the differences between omega and omega plus 1. Because like maybe it's all the same, it's all like really vague, we don't know what's going on. That's not true. We know. We know the unknowable. We know about omega, we know about omega plus 1, we know what all the elements are, and we know what are the cardinalities. So first let's talk about some similarities. They're both infinite, right? They both have infinitely many elements. Are they the same? No, because omega plus 1 has a point at the top. Okay, so the difference is that omega has no greatest element. It's an infinite staircase where it just keeps going on forever. We can imagine that, right? You can, like a staircase, it just keeps going on forever. There's nothing at the top. Okay, so this is called a limit ordinal. there's no like greatest finite number. There's no greatest element. Whereas omega plus 1, the second infinite number, is a successor ordinal. So omega plus 1 has the infinite staircase, so you can imagine this infinite staircase, but there's a thing at the top. It's like a very weird world, like in a video game. There's a step at the very top. Okay, so they're different in that way. Omega doesn't have a greatest element. Omega plus 1 does have a greatest element. Another so the difference in a similarity is that they're both countable. So countable means that there's a one-to-one correspondence with the naturals or with omega itself. So in other words, can we label the elements of omega plus 1 with the labels 0, 1, 2, 3, etc.? Okay, now of course omega itself is countable because I can just label these with itself. So I can label 0 with 0, 1 with 1, 2 with 2. Okay, now as ordinals, we do care about the order. Like, well, the ordinal itself, we think of these as a certain order to them, right? But when we're talking about cardinality, cardinality is just, can you get a one-to-one correspondence with the naturals or not? If you can, it's countable. And so we don't care about like what you're labeling what, as long as you're labeling with them with all the naturals. So in that sense, we sort of don't care about the order here when we're talking about cardinality. So for example, so I want to label these with the natural numbers. So I might just say, well, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. But then how do I get this guy? Right, this thing at the top. Let's just start there. So just call that 0, right? And then we still have all these infinite numbers to go. If you wanted to, you could call this 10. And then when you get to 10, just skip 10. You can do it in a variety of ways. Okay, and then 0, we'll just label that with 1. 1 we'll label it with 2, etc. etc. And then omega plus 2 is the third infinite. 0, 1, 2, up to omega, and then it has omega plus 1. So can you show that omega plus 2 is also countable, Jane? Okay, try that. Both countable. Okay, the other thing, you can draw the picture yourself. Okay, Jane, when you're sitting there at night by your candlelight and thinking about your life and the path and the hardships, you can draw omega plus 1, the second infinite number, and you can also draw omega. Okay, so let's do that. So let's draw omega. So this is omega, the first infinite number. Okay, well, let's not get all crazy. We know 0 is the first, like, natural number, but let's not get all crazy and say this is the 0th infinite. This is the first infinite number, omega. Okay, and you know what? I'm just gonna, so we can draw 0, 1, 2, 3 contains 0, 1, and 2. Right, we keep going at this forever. Can you draw 4, Jane? Okay, so these 3 dots are doing quite a lot of work for us in this drawing, and it's saying it indicates it goes on forever. You know, maybe we'll make a little shorthand for ourselves. So omega is 0, 1, 2. Just drawing it clockwise for some reason. Okay, and it's got all the numbers. Okay, all the natural numbers. Now, omega plus 1, the second infinite number. We can know it. We can talk about it. We can draw it. Okay, so we do all this stuff 0. It's a little easier if I have my copy and paste, right? So this is 3. You can draw this, Jane. And then we go in forever, and then at the end would be the whole omega itself. So I'm going to redraw this in there. Okay, so another way, maybe we want to do it more of a shorthand kind of a way. That eraser doesn't even work very well, you guys. 0, 1, 2, 3. The dots are doing a lot of work for us, and it has omega itself. Okay. So to answer your question, Jane, the second infinite number is omega plus 1. You can draw it, you can think about it, you can contemplate it. I want to mention, someone might be like, well, what about omega sub 1? So omega sub 1, this is the second infinite cardinal. Okay, so omega plus 1, omega plus 2, etc., all these ordinals, these are all countable. And so we don't get a new cardinality until we get to omega sub 1. So someone might say, oh, the second infinite number is omega sub 1. You could like, yeah, that is a cardinal. That is the second infinite cardinal. But the second infinite ordinal is omega plus 1. And feel free to draw it up. Jane, I hope that helps. Well, Jane, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you were right. I hope you realize you were right. There is much, much more. And you can talk about it. We can talk about it now. Ever since Cantor let us, you know what they say, he let us into heaven. He let us into the heaven of infinities, and we're allowed to go there now. I'm paraphrasing. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hello. Oh, hi, Jane. Ah. Okay. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, good luck with the yearning and the learning. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's so great. Oh, that's so great, Jane. All right, well, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye. Jane. Well, Jane said that her heart burns bright with the knowledge of the second infinite number, and she's gonna go tell Helen about it. And she told me a bunch of other stuff too that's in her heart. So thanks, Jane. Really appreciate that. And thank you guys for stopping by. And yeah, we'll see you next time on Erin's World, where, well, anything can happen, really. So get myself comfortable. I better get back to my reading. Oh gosh.